Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd. I am a nutrition entrepreneur, but here's the catch. I have a full-time traditional dietitian job. My entrepreneurial endeavors are my side hustle. I have been making six figures through my job and side hustle, doing things that I love. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hey guys, welcome to the 17th episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. You can't make everyone happy. Today, I am going to discuss the real fact that you can't make everyone happy. I'm going to get real here, guys, and I'm so excited for this episode. I've actually recorded two other episodes today. I recorded episode 15 and 16, and I've never done a third episode in one day, but this topic has just been weighing heavy on my heart today, and I knew I just had to get back on the microphone and just spit this one out for you guys. So here we go. I am a recovering people pleaser. What's that mean? Well, I went to Google the term, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally me. We used to be me. So a people pleaser is someone who cares a lot about whether other people like him or her, and always wants others to approve of his or her actions. Examples: I was a people pleaser and listened to everyone else's problems, but I didn't talk. He's a people pleaser. He's just horrified if people don't love him. She hesitated to follow her own path because she's a people pleaser and didn't want to hurt anybody. People pleasers find it hard to say no. They put themselves down and try to improve themselves to gain love. Ouch. But you know what? I don't think I am alone in saying that I was a people pleaser. I think a lot of dietitians with our type A personality, we want to be perfect. We want to please everyone. And when we don't, it hurts. So the thing about it, guys, is that I used to let being a people pleaser get in the way of achieving my goals and doing the things I truly love to do. And I don't want that for you guys, so I am going to share a little bit about my experience and hopefully give you guys some perspective on what it means to be a people pleaser and the fact that you can't make everyone happy, and that is okay. So an example of this is I still do webinars, guys. I do webinars on the side. It's one of my side hustles, and I absolutely love it. I am very good at teaching. I'm good at taking a concept that might be a little complicated or confusing and laying it out in a way that's easy to understand. I'm good at making pretty PowerPoint presentations, and I'm just good at it, and I know that, and I love it. It just makes me feel so fulfilled. So I started doing webinars several years ago, and I loved it. But the comments on my evaluations were just too hard for me to handle. 95% of these comments were so positive, but the one or two that were negative would devastate me. So much so that I actually stopped doing webinars for a season. I mean, not too long. I stopped for 8 months. But at that time, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It gives me too much anxiety. I read these comments and I just get so upset when people say negative things. But then I realized I can't let other people's opinions hold me back from doing what I love to do, and quite frankly, what I'm really good at doing. So for some perspective, I'm going to share some examples of these comments that I was getting in my reviews. I'm going to share the mean ones. Well, in my opinion, they're mean. But then also show you with the exact same presentation what other people were saying that would counter it. So this one here is from my very first presentation, or maybe it was my second. I don't remember. It was one of my first presentations. So this reviewer said, I felt the author had difficulty or was unable to answer many questions related to the topic, so that was disappointing. Ouch! I read that and I was devastated, punched to the gut. I'm disappointing? And the thing is this is a topic I'm super familiar with. I'm remembering it now. This is a presentation I gave on BMI and older adults. Like, that's one of my favorite topics. I know so much about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, that one devastated me. But let me counter with two comments that were from the exact same presentation. Thank you. Great presentation. Easy to follow, concise, and packed full of useful information. Another comment. Excellent course. An amazing presenter/information. And I'll tell you, that was the only negative comment in all of those, but I could read all of the positive comments that were on there. I could see all the positive reviews, and all I could hear was that one negative. Let's go to my next one. I feel like the information presented here was known by any RD or dietetics student, honestly. I was excited to delve deeper and maybe learn new creative interventions, but the information was super basic and the things that any RD knows. I wish I wouldn't have paid for this one. Again, ouch! Devastated my little people pleaser heart. But on the flip side, what two other people said with the exact same presentation. What an outstanding presentation. Really enjoyed both the content and the presentation style. And the speaker did an excellent job explaining everything. Easy to listen to and interesting. So it's interesting how the exact, different people can listen to the exact presentation but have very different opinions. But again, lots of positivity. I was stuck in the negative. Before I share my last example, let's take a quick commercial break. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? Being a side hustler and an RD entrepreneur is hard. As healthcare professionals, taking care of our whole health starts with us. I'm a huge advocate of taking care of your mental health with zero shame. I've been seeing a counselor for years, and I'm all the better for it. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this podcast. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's counselor network, which may not be available locally at lots of areas. This service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly phone or video sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again, as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors as needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants to help you start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/DSH, that's better, HELP/DSH, and join over 500,000 people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. There's a special offer for Dietitian Side Hustler listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/DSH. Now I'm going to give you my last example here. The presenter spoke too fast. We can read the parts she said too fast later and the A&D website, hopefully. Examples would have been better if she spoke slower. She tried to cram too much information in 1 hour. It's better to cover a few main topics well. Okay. And then I'm going to share 3 other comments from the same presentation. There was a lot of great resources referenced, and the presenter was easy to understand, knowledgeable, and provided supportive examples of topics. Next one, exceeded expectations. Next one, I thought I would get restless listening to a disembodied voice while viewing slides. In fact, the presenter did an outstanding job of maintaining inflection, pacing, and illustrating with case studies. Great job. My goodness, what a difference between those comments, the negative and the positive. And again, with that one, 99% positive, 1 negative. And again, the people pleaser in me who wants to make everyone happy was really dwelling on that 1 negative. So when I read those reviews, again, so many comments, so many nice comments, but all I heard was the negative voices. And it was so devastating for me. And I mean, this would impact me for days. I mean, it was something that I just really struggled with. I would just, for days, like, I suck as a dietitian. Who do I think I am? What am I doing? Like, all of these negative voices in my head, and it was so annoying. So again, I quit doing webinars for about an 8-month period. But then I had some time because I would talk to family, I would talk to friends, and they would all provide me encouragement and different perspective. But I ended up coming back, and I will tell you, some of the comments that I've gotten since I've come back to doing webinars, and I've been doing webinars for years now, I mean, they've been so sweet that they brought me to tears. I mean, some people saying, like, this changes my perspective or my practice forever. This is changing how I do things. And other people, the ones that bring me to tears are when they bring in, like, gosh, this connects with my mom, and this is going to change how things are, particularly related to presentations I do on end of life. So I'm so glad that I came back to doing webinars. Because it's something that I love to do. And I'm giving you guys this as an example because it's something that I have tangible that I can show you guys. But I do webinars and I do a good job and I still get negative comments. But I'm at a point now in my life where it doesn't bug me. I'll tell you, I did a webinar, last week. And I realized a few days after the webinar, I never went and checked the comments. And that was the first thing I did. I'd finish a webinar and be like, okay, I'm going to wait till a few hours pass and I'm going to see what people thought about it. But I've gotten to this place because, again, I'm a recovering people pleaser. So I've gotten to this place where I wasn't in a hurry to find out what people thought. I didn't even think about it. I did go back, and I'm going to read you a few from my most recent presentation. And so the one negative comment was, she spoke way too fast and seemed to be reading the material. Very canned. It got me my needed ethics credit, and the information was good, just didn't care for the presentation style. And then to counter that, the three that were a little more positive: very informative with examples to help fully understand individual topics, great speaker, learned more than expected, liked how there were additional resources to reference to. And then, excellent presentation, and then, enjoyed the presentation and would take other courses by the same presenter. So, you guys, you can't make everyone happy. Everyone's different. They're different in what they know and what they don't know. You don't know is someone, maybe they have a lot of knowledge in this, maybe they have very little knowledge in it. We also don't know what they like. Different people have different styles of how they like to learn and different personalities they're attracted to, and we all have differences in how we see the world. So it's okay if someone doesn't like you. It's okay if someone leaves you a bad review. And it's okay if someone doesn't want to work with you. And quite frankly, if they don't want to work with you, you probably don't want to work with them either. We are all unique and we all attract our own tribe. Learn to be confident in who you are. I hope that you can see by these reviews how I shared how differently people could interpret the exact same course, right? In the same presentation, too fast and outstanding job pacing. And the exact same presentation, I wish I hadn't paid for this, too. What an outstanding presentation. So I don't just expect you to let negativity just roll off your shoulders. I think, saying like, oh, just don't sweat the small stuff. Don't let it bug you. Like, negativity can hurt and it's okay to feel it. But what I don't want you to do is to get stuck in it. Don't let negativity stop you from pursuing your dreams. The more you understand yourself and how others view the world, the better off you'll be. You'll be prepared that negativity will come your way. But repeat after me, I can't make everyone happy. And that's okay. Just don't doubt yourself. You are so amazing and you were put here on this earth to make an impact. And I will say, depending on what you're doing for your side hustle, if you're doing something where maybe you're in the public, the bigger you get, the more the haters will come out. So be prepared. And I'd like to say, think of it as a badge of honor when the haters come out, because then it means you really made it big. So, I'm coming to the end of this podcast today, guys. I used to fear my weaknesses. I used to be ashamed of the parts of me that I felt were less than perfect. And that includes how, if you guys listen to my webinar, sometimes I stumble my words, sometimes I don't say things perfectly, but that's okay. The truth is that I'm wonderfully made by the God of the universe. I have gifts and I have so much that I can offer this world. So this month, it's June 2020. This is the very first month that I'm airing 3 episodes. I always do 2 a month. I'm airing this particular one in honor of my birthday coming up on June 29th. And this is my birthday gift to myself, being done with self-doubt, getting over trying to make everyone happy, and being more than just okay with who I am, being proud of who I am. God put me here on this earth to change the world, and I'm here for it. I'm not letting anyone or anything, including my own thoughts or other people's opinions, get in my way. So, what are my action items for you today? So, I would love for you to self-reflect. Think about what I talked about. Did some of this ring true for you? Reflect. What are the areas where someone said something negative, or you've been so fearful of not making people happy that you haven't pursued your dreams, or you quit pursuing your dreams? So I want you to join me in leaving your baggage behind you. Accept that you can't make everyone happy, and I want you to focus on making yourself happy. If there are any dreams that you've given up, is there anything that you've stopped doing, or maybe you've decided I'm not going to pursue because of other people's opinions or fear of not making them happy? I want you to pick up that dream. I want you to, put it back on the pages, and I want you to roll with it. So guys, thanks for listening with me today. I know this episode was a little different, but I really appreciate you guys listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.